Good morning, Wildcats, and welcome back to the episode of HBWN. I'm Nick Luttrell.
And I'm Jules Wildcat. Today is our third and final show for the Arkansas Scholastic Press Association competition. And as we keep the tradition alive and venture beyond the walls of Har-Ber High School and out into our community and beyond to bring you stories from around the state.
On today's show, we'll learn about how one local business is shaping high school athletics in more than one way, all while preparing them for the athletic careers in college and beyond.
Plus, we'll follow alongside Nick as he continues to search to find a sport that he might actually be successful at. And a special look at one female athlete from Springdale High School that has taken her talents from right here in Springdale up to a collegiate level as she continues to inspire females around the nation.
Well, we've got no time to waste. Today is Friday, February 21st, 2020. Har-Ber Wildcat News starts
right now.
Take a little trip to Har-Ber.
Our top story of the day comes from right here in our own community. The Edge Sports Training is owned by Lance Stumbaugh. If that name sounds familiar, that's because of his daughters, Olivia Stumbaugh, who was heavily involved in the TV program just a few short years ago. His oldest daughter, now Peyton Chadwick, a former athlete for the University of Arkansas, has inspired a new passion as a sports trainer.
Lance is a local business owner whose primary goal is to build his athletes' mental capacity before he builds their strength. Many of these athletes have gone on to schools like Arkansas, Missouri Southern, Kentucky, and many more. Many of our own Har-Ber athletes have been heavily involved at the Edge in order to set themselves ahead in their competitions, and the result is nothing short of incredible. I was standing by to make the short trip to give you an inside look at just what you can expect. Let's take a look. High school athletes all around the country are constantly trying to improve and get better. And with a local business like the Edge Sports Training, athletes are able to take their mentality and training to a whole new level.
Everybody has fantastic form. It's up to you to make sure you go into depth and come up with velocity.
What I want to do with these athletes is I want to develop them mentally first. I want to sharpen their mindset, and then we want to develop the goal is to the mind, the body, the spirit, and then helping them get to that next phase for a scholarship, or if they're just wanting to get better in their high school sport. What I do is a whole nother level. I'm trying to develop them for a sport at the next level. So we're not just messing around here, we're hitting it hard every day.
The success these athletes demonstrate in their prospective sport is just a testimony of the hard work they put in on a daily basis. But for one athlete, she believes the Edge brings a unique outlook unmatched anywhere else.
I feel that the Edge separates me from most athletes just because the mentality and the family base here. He sets a whole different mentality for my day. I come in in a bad mood in the morning, and the rest of the day I feel great about myself. He's such an uplifting person. And it just makes us feel welcomed, and he loves each and every one of his athletes, and I think that's what's the best part, because if you don't have a connection with your athletes, then you're not going to be successful. So that's what I really think separates us from most athletes.
Lance is a great man. He comes in here, he gives every athlete his all every single day, no matter who it is. It could be another good athlete, it could be the highest athlete in the state. He's going to coach everybody the same exact way.
Lance's coaching style has pushed athletes to the next level, including Kentucky, Missouri State, and Oklahoma State, to name a few. But the end goal is something far beyond athletics.
The goal isn't necessarily making them, just go to that certain school or go there. It's about getting the best as they can be in order to get ready for their sport. Come in here and get them strong, get them fast, and get them mentally and physically prepared for whatever comes their way going into the next level. We train athletes to go to the next level.
I'm kind of hard on them, but it's like I said, it's developing the whole athlete to be a good husband, a good spouse, a good father, a good mother. Those things are very important to me, not just the athlete, but a whole person. This is not about Lance Stumbaugh. That's why I don't like to be in a lot of the videos. That's why I'm in the background. That's why I don't like my name in lights. Because if this was about me, this would never work. The reason this business works is because it's about them.
The Edge Sports Training has offered high school athletes a place to receive professional level training that will help prepare them for their future careers, not only as athletes, but to be successful in every aspect of their lives. For HBWN, I'm Jules.
With the dedication and passion of these athletes in the heart of a trainer like Lance Stumbaugh, the Edge Sports Training is truly changing these young high school athletes' future in more than one way.
If you're interested in the professional level training that the Edge has to offer, follow at the Edge Sports Training on Instagram and contact Lance Stumbaugh for more information.
Changing gears this week, as I've been reflecting over my time here as a Wildcat, I realized I still haven't found my sport. I've tried basketball, baseball, volleyball, wrestling, even dance. But after all of this, I still am confident that my sport is out there waiting for me. So earlier this week, I decided to take another crack at it as I grabbed my pom-poms, put on my skirt, and got myself ready to be aggressive. Aggressive. To bring you one episode of A Day in the Life. Let's take a look.
After a painful day in the life of our dance team, the Silver Stars, I decided to take my chances and see how I fared in the world of cheerleading. As we rolled out the mats and began to stretch, I thought to myself, there's guy cheerleaders everywhere. It looks pretty easy, right? So why not me?
Should be able to stand up on one foot and not fall.
Oh, I got it. It's all in the core.
There you go. Squeeze your core.
As practice began to heat up, Wildcat cheer coach, Coach Bunting, gave me the option of where I wanted to first begin.
You gonna fly or you gonna base? Back spot, base?
I don't know. Thinking about this, they all sounded easy, but I knew one thing sounded the coolest.
Flying sounds cool.
Flying sounds cool. Rosa.
As Coach Bunting organized her team, I patiently watched and learned from the best until it was finally my time.
So they're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 is down.
Okay.
You're pushing up and standing up 2 and being there on 3.
Okay. All right.
With all the cheerleaders looking my way, I knew it was my time to shine and show my potential to Coach Bunting.
Squeeze up, pull up. Okay. Do we have a liability form on you?
So maybe it wasn't quite my time yet. But as I continued to watch and learn from some of the best in the business, and as I continued to fail over and over, I remembered something every sport has taught me: to get back up. And that is when I found success.
Stand up. Pull up. You got it. Squeeze up. Ankles together. Squeeze your ankles. All right,
That's so scary.
As practice was winding down, it was time to put the coordination piece together in order to complete my cheerleading certification. Although bad memories kept floating back into my mind, I knew that this routine could be better. I first began by watching and counting with the cheerleaders.
5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And then I knew it was my time.
6, 7, 8. All right, stop.
So I think it's safe to say that I still have a lot of room for improvement, not only in my dancing skills, but in the whole cheerleading thing altogether. And maybe I underestimated just the strength and coordination that goes into becoming a Wildcat cheerleader. And it just proves how dedicated and talented our Har-Ber Wildcat cheerleaders truly are.
Tomorrow,
Great
ankle
job.
weights, ankle weights, ankle
Great job.
weights.
Great job.
For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell.
Clearly my sport is still out there, but I have faith that my next and final episode this year will finally bring a close to the chapter as I finally find my sport.
Let's hope so. We also wanted to note that our cheerleaders recently made the trip to Orlando, Florida for the national cheer competition. And though they came up short, we could not be more proud that they represented not only Har-Ber High School and Springdale, but the entire state of Arkansas. Congratulations on an incredible year, and be sure to keep up with our social media page, WCSN, as we continue to bring you all information for cheerleading plus much more.
And on that note, we're going to pause, take a brief commercial break before we bring you our final 2 stories of the day. Coming up next, we reflect back on one of the things that separates Har-Ber High School from other high schools across the nation. Plus, a powerful story on a Springdale athlete turned collegiate athlete who continues to inspire females all across the nation. Don't change the channel. Har-Ber Wildcat News. We'll be right back.
We came to Arvest Bank to see what makes it different.
It's a community bank that really reaches out to the customers to make them feel special. I feel special every time I come in here.
They want to be involved in the community and want to be part of the community.
They support our university, our athletic department.
They've told us that they could have a fleet of volunteers there to help this year if we need it.
I see them at a lot of our Hispanic community events that we do.
I can't think of another bank in the city that has such a big community presence as Arvest.
Arvest Bank, our customers say it best.
Hey Northwest Arkansas, Lara here at Sam's Furniture. If you're looking for new furniture, we have over 170,000 square feet selection at everyday low prices and same-day delivery available. But the best part is that we love to serve our community. So when you buy at Sam's, part of your purchase goes to support one of the many amazing organizations that we have been blessed to partner with. Serving others, especially those in need, is our culture here, and we hope that you'll be a part of that too. Arkansas's largest furniture destination, get it at Sam's.
During the Great Depression, nothing came easy. But with just 5 cents, an old truck, and a load of hay, John Tyson and his family found a way to deliver quality chicken to other hardworking people. Today, Tyson continues to find new ways to help put a chicken in every pot. Because people deserve farm-raised chicken of the highest quality. At Tyson, we remain committed to this simple promise: to always keep it real, to always keep it Tyson.
Smoking doesn't just affect you. It affects the ones you love most. Don't let the future be influenced by your bad decisions. Visit Project Prevent to learn more.
Come see the largest pre-owned inventory in Northwest Arkansas.
Whatever you're looking for, you'll find it in McClarty-Daniel Country. With 800 pre-owned vehicles at 6 giant locations in Bentonville and Springdale, there's something for everyone. Plus,
at McClarty-Daniel, you're protected.
Drive worry-free for 7 years or 200,000 miles with the MD Pre-Owned Advantage. And when it's time to sell your car, we're ready to buy it, even if you don't buy from us. Have you visited McClarty-Daniel Country yet?
Visit us online at McClartyDaniel.com.
Someday I hope to be a fashion designer.
Someday I hope to be a basketball player.
Someday I hope to be a doctor for kids. I hope to be an ice cream man. In the army. Doctor. Be a children's author. Someday.
Algún día quiero ser un policía.
Someday I hope to be a teacher. As a public school student.
As a public school student.
As a public school student. As a public school student. I have the tools I need.
The tools I need.
I have the tools I need.
To achieve my goals.
To achieve my goals. I have the tools I need. To achieve my goals.
I have
the tools I need.
I need to achieve my goal.
I also have seven school board members. I have 7 school board members.
Working
to ensure my success. Working to ensure my success.
My success.
My success. Working to ensure my success.
Thank you.
Nick Emerson. Thank you.
Kevin OMB.
Thank you. Michelle Cook. Thank you. Mike Luttrell.
Thank you, Debbie Creek.
Thank you.
Gracias, Eddie Ramos.
Thank you, Randy Hutchinson. Thank you. Thank you. We thank you for believing in us.
Damos gracias que crees en nosotros.
We thank you
for believing in us.
Welcome back, Wildcats. Our next story of the day is very personal to myself as we reflect back on our winter homecoming court. I had the honor of being on this year's homecoming court along with sophomores Emma Roach, Brooke Bowen, and Eva Harrop, juniors Libby Hall, Abby Smith, Nada Rojo, Elizabeth Caldera, and seniors Sophie Alanas, Mackenzie White, Sailor Vera, and Madison Baskin. This year's homecoming court was full of inspiring women, and I was honored to be recognized by our student body.
For most high schools across the nation, they have a fall homecoming and a winter colors day. If you're wondering what the difference is, homecoming is a very formal event, while Colors Day is a much more relaxed and informal event. Har-Ber High School, since its inception, has opted to do 2 homecomings, one in the fall and one in the winter, in an attempt to be more inclusive and give students the opportunity to be a part of this now 15-year tradition. Ashley Whitney was standing by to catch up with 3 of our senior maids and dive deeper into this tradition. Here's the story.
Homecoming for most schools is a once-a-year event that students look forward to each fall. But for Har-Ber High School, they take the unique approach to do it twice a year in an effort to be more inclusive.
We don't have a Colors Day. We have a winter homecoming because that's what kind of sets us apart from other schools in the area. Most other schools, their winter semester version of homecoming is a Colors Day, and it's a little bit more, I think, casual, whereas we do the same, like, assembly and the maids and everything, and it just is our way of showing, like, we appreciate the winter sports just as much as the fall sports. Again, trying to be inclusive and diverse and include as much of Har-Ber as we can.
The tradition of homecoming is a rite of passage for many students, and for the maids nominated, has a much more sentimental meaning.
I think it's a really cool tradition for Har-Ber, and the nomination process is just a really cool thing because your friends and people that you've gone to school with your whole life can have a chance to nominate you and vote for you to get you to be out here. So it's just a really cool process and a special tradition at Har-Ber.
It's just really exciting and honoring, and it's just really honestly fun to represent your school.
For the senior maids, the significance of homecoming is a close to a very long chapter in their lives. And as they depart high school, seniors Jules, Wildcat, and Sophie Alanis offer this last parting advice to the upcoming class.
I would say to all the juniors and sophomores, just to have fun in high school and to be as involved as you can in as many things as you can, because it's a short 3 years and it goes by in the blink of an eye. So just to be as involved as you can and just enjoy every moment of it.
I would say to get plugged in as many clubs and activities that you want to. That's literally how I've met all my best friends, and honestly, it's all about building relationships.
Everyone, please join me in crowning this year's homecoming queen. Mackenzie White. Congratulations, Mackenzie.
I think being a member of the volleyball team, the volleyball team through my 3 years at Har-Ber, joining Stuco my senior year, just being involved my senior year. Thank you, Har-Ber High. Thank you to everyone who voted for me, nominated me, and picked me to be queen. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Congratulations to Mackenzie White and the rest of the homecoming court on having the opportunity to represent their alma mater. For HBWN, I'm Madison Whitney.
Congratulations to Mackenzie White, who was crowned this year's Winter Homecoming Queen. I, alongside all of the HPTV program, also wanted to send out a special congratulations to our own Sophie Alanis and Eva Harrop, who are also avid members of the TV program, and we cannot be more proud of them.
Our final story of the day is one of inspiration, as we look at an athlete with an origin story right across town at Springdale High School, who has now taken her talent to the collegiate level. Marquisha Davis is a 6'1" guard and current Springdale record holder of points and rebounds in a single season. With over 1,000 career points at Springdale, Marquisha averaged 21 points per game and 10 rebounds per game as a Lady Bulldog. She recently took her talents to the Arkansas Lady Razorbacks, where she continues to develop her skills, but more importantly, she's an inspiration not only for Arkansas athletes, but female athletes across the nation. Her humble beginnings set her on a path for success, and with guidance of Springdale head coach, Coach Hunsucker, she developed into a whole new type of athlete. I made the trip down to Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of our Razorbacks, to bring you insight as to where Marquisha is at now and what we can expect from her in the future. Here's the story.
The 2019 Springdale Lady Bulldog basketball season will go down as one of the more memorable seasons in Bulldog history, largely in part because of a player by the name of Marquisha Davis, setting school records in USA Today Arkansas Player of the Year. Her story of humble beginnings to now as a collegiate athlete is one to be remembered.
We are proud to honor Marquisha by displaying her winning jersey in our gymnasium.
She was so unique in the fact that she wasn't just a great athlete, she had skill, and she was never okay with just being called an athlete. She said, "Coach, I want to be a skilled player. So she worked so hard on her ball handling, so hard on her shooting.
Coach Hunsucker, she helped me develop as a player, mostly with my communication. Over the years being at Springdale, she would always talk to me, so we developed a relationship.
Faced with one of the toughest decisions in her life, Marquisha had to make the choice whether to stay in Springdale or move back to McGee. But her relationship with Coach Hunsucker proved to be the deciding factor.
Really hard decision, but since I had my uncle in Springdale and my brother, I decided I'd stay because where I'm from, it's not really many opportunities there. So I decided to stay and be loyal to my teammates and my coaches.
The success she demonstrated at Springdale, shattering records and winning countless awards, caught the attention of one of the top programs in the nation, but more specifically, Coach Neighbors.
You knew that you weren't going to get many words, so the words you did get, they had to be very impactful and very meaningful. So we laid it all out for her, told her how important she was to her, kept showing it to her, and then we just kind of got out of her way. She can do so many different things. She impacts the game on both ends of the floor. And I think from high school to college, that transition is just now a matter of what are you going to become great at. She's got an ability just to make everybody on the team smile. And we need that from time to time. You need somebody on your team that can do that.
If you're an Arkansas fan, Marquisha Davis is going to make an impact. And right now, the team is really, really talented and they're good. But there's no doubt Marquisha is going to make her mark on Arkansas basketball.
My future goal in life is, after college, is to maybe go pro overseas in WNBA. I'd like to be a coach, maybe in high school, and then work my way up to college.
I'm very proud of the young lady that she is, and she's going to represent Springdale in all the right ways.
Marquisha's story of success is one to be admired among the future of girls basketball players. And although the story of her humble beginnings brought her to where she is today, her journey is far from over. For HBWN, I'm Nick Luttrell.
Be sure to come out and support both the men's and women's Razorback basketball teams. Our men's team has a home game tomorrow against Missouri. You can catch it at Bud Walton Arena. If you're interested in seeing Marquisha Davis in action for yourself, our women's team's next home game is March 1st versus LSU. Our women's team is currently ranked nationally at number 22 in the AP Top 25.
Speaking of basketball, our Wildcat men's and women's basketball teams are closing out conference play with just 3 games remaining. Tonight they have a home game against Van Buren as they head into a very tough final week next week with an away game at Rogers followed by a final home game and senior night right here in Wildcat Arena.
Our men's team is currently holding on to the number 1 spot in the 6A West, while our women's team is just 1 game out of second place. Be sure to tune in to WCSN as this season is going to come down to the wire.
That's going to do it for us this week. Nick, we did it. Our 3 ASPA shows are complete. And from all of us here at HBWN, we wanted to send out a special thanks to everyone for all of the support this year.
That's right, Jules. After today's show, we will be turning over our control to some of our underclassmen. That means you'll be seeing some new faces behind this desk for the next 4 shows. But don't worry, we'll be returning for our final episode this year and for our senior farewell. I want to personally say thank you to everyone for all the support for the past 3 years. For HBWN, I'm Nick Luttrell.
And I'm Jules Wildcat. We'll see you next time, cats.
Oh!
Take a little trip to Har-Ber.